Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a great week. I know the weekend's about to start, so I wanted to kick off the weekend with this topic. And the topic, as you know by the title, is the unhealthy relationship that Black mothers have with their sons. Now, I understand, yes, boy mom runs in a lot of culture. It's very unhealthy. I understand that. But I want to specifically speak on the type of treatment that Black daughters get from their mothers compared to their sons, right? We are raised, well, specifically me as a Haitian, I see it all the time. The women are raised to cook and clean and, be very homely, while the boys are just running around playing all day, sweating, and they can come home late. There's no problem. But when it comes to us, we are in the house cooking and cleaning and, preparing to become a wife. And a lot of, hopefully, for some it stops there, but majority of us, it doesn't just stop there. We get the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, the mental abuse. And I just want to touch up on that because it is extremely unfair. And I feel like we just don't talk about it enough. We need to talk about this more. And I wanted to kick off the weekend with that topic. So, yeah, as the video plays, I handpicked some videos just to kind of like, touch up on the points that I wanted to point out to you guys. So I will speak throughout the video. So let's go ahead and get started.
First half and this half is when he said, why is the mamas raising their daughters and loving their sons? And I think we got to look at that because that's very deep-seated when we're talking about things starting at home, because a lot of women start negating their daughters because they start seeing themselves in their daughters. And that starts to be a conflict with their daughters. So now you gotta wash the dishes, now you gotta clean. It was like a form of punishment to where the boys are being bred to be lazy because she desires the love of a man, or she might not have her father in her life. So there's an attraction with what she didn't get with the masculine energy in her young life. She actually is pulling on that or allowing lackadaisicalness to be bred in her son to kind of like give him a pass, not thinking that what the video said is he's going to be someone's husband. And so we have to be raising these boys for our young girls, our young nieces, our young cousins, not raising them for us.
Like, there is a deep, unlevel, scary enmeshment oftentimes that comes with Black mothers and Black sons for various reasons. They will be really harsh on their Black daughters and throw them out early and put all these restrictions on them. You gotta pay rent, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And the sons will come and have 22 baby mums and not have a job and play PS5 all day, and that's still her little prince. We have a problem.
A lot of times we are told to look at it as your mom will never hate you. Your mom could never treat you bad. She loves you. She's giving you this type of treatment because she loves you. We get that all the time, right? Like, we are gaslighted into believing the reason that we're getting those type of treatment is because our mothers love us and they want the best for us. They want to put us out into the world with the best type of education. And my thing is, how could you possibly show me that favoritism is the best way for you to raise me, is the best way for you to put me out into the world? You are blatantly showing me favoritism to my face. You're showing me you favor my brother instead of me, and you want me to believe that that's a form of love. No, that is a form of gaslighting, right? Because you are showing me what loves look like. You are showing him grace. You are extending a hand to him when he makes a mistake. You forgive him. All of those things, those are acts of love. The way you treat me is not love. Yes, I completely understand the world and society, the way it's set up. It is harder on women, especially Black women. I get that. I understand where you're coming from. But you can't possibly tell me that you can't teach me what I need to know while also showing me love and proper care. Because if you don't show me love, you don't show me that ounce of love, I'm going to be looking for it in every single man that I meet. I'm going to be looking for it in friendships. I'm going to be that one friend that burden people with all my problems, with constantly uh complaining, right? We all have that one friend. I used to be that one friend. So we no longer allow ourselves to be gaslighted into believing you're doing it out of love. Please, it is a problem that needs to be addressed. It is a problem, and we won't be able to resolve the problem unless they actually acknowledge it. And we all know they are so set in their ways, they will never actually acknowledge it. And I am making this video, yes, to bring acknowledgement to this topic, to this fact, but also to encourage you, to take the steps necessary to get the help you need to heal and move on. You cannot forgive, forgive, and then stay in that toxic situation, stay in that toxic relationship. Go no contact if necessary, if that's the thing you need in your healing process. Don't let all of these cars, I am so sorry. Whatever it is that you need in your healing process, that's what you need to give yourself. Don't allow anybody to gaslight you into thinking you need to stay in that relationship. Let this person keep poisoning you and keep using and abusing you. It is not fair.
When I tell y'all mothers treat their sons so much better than they treat their daughters, is really crazy to me. Like, and every time I say something about it, it's like, that is not true. Yes, it is. Boom, right? My brother, I see him downstairs. This is my older brother. Now I told you, me and him not speaking right now. Well, I'm not speaking to him. He's still on something. I love you. I don't care. Whatever. I can love you from a distance. Do this. I get upstairs and I smell something good. My mother made breakfast. She made his favorite meal, liver and grits. I don't eat liver, but she make it for him because that's what he loved, and they the only two who eat that. Whatever. My mother, every morning, is always feeding, make breakfast for me, make breakfast for me. The moment I don't want to cook or make breakfast, oh, you never do nothing for me, da da da. This man never made breakfast for her. He never made, she don't even know if he could cook. Boom, yesterday, my little brother, they got into something. He caught himself running away, right? Leaving the house and running away. She called me to fix the problem after blaming me for it. Hold on, not only that, I remember the time when I caught myself leaving her house. And I didn't even tell her that I was leaving. I actually texted my little sister and told my little sister that I was leaving. I didn't expect my little sister, whatever. Anyway, that's another story. Boom. So I leave and wind up going to stay with somebody who I didn't even like. I didn't even like the boy, but I was with him at the time, so I just had to stay with him. But I was with him for a couple of days. I just said that to be funny because I was mad at the moment. But when I came back, literally they was throwing out all my stuff. They was throwing out all my stuff. They didn't even give me a chance, a trial and error, 7-day free trial, nothing to think if I wanted to come back. Like, I was just playing. I didn't even take all my stuff with me at the time yet. But, yeah. So I was officially kicked back. I mean, obviously I'm back because whatever. I'd rather just deal with the things with my mother than with a man. But, yeah, that's just goes to show how much differently. That's what I was going to get to, right? When my brother left yesterday, she blowing my phone up, come back, blowing his phone up, get him to come, blowing up my phone to get me to get him to come back, blowing up his phone, all of this, trying to now kumbaya it out. But with me, it was on some like, give me back my keys, get the fuck out of my house, you think you so grown, da da da. Why the same energy don't be for your sons? Why? I don't know.
Someone explain to me, what is the agenda that Black, African, or Caribbean mothers have against their daughters? Because I've had so many female friends where their relationship might have been a little shaky, or they've had their own internal problems, or they've expressed their own trauma, and it always relates back to the dynamic they have with the mother in the household. What is the problem that Black mothers, African mothers, or Caribbean mothers just cannot get along with their daughters? With their sons, it's no problem. Their sons are treated so far different from how they treat their daughters. Certain things that are tolerated from the sons will never be tolerated from the daughters. The amount of, first of all, the sexism, the colorism that goes on in the Caribbean household or the black household or the African household with the mother and the daughter is something that we have yet to talk about. We have yet to talk about. We expect these daughters to take in all this trauma and turmoil, and we wonder why some women are the way that they are now. Why some daughters have that relationship with their mothers that they have now, or they don't speak to them, or the relationship is bad. It's not all of them, but a majority do not have a good dynamic. And you hear some of the things that are being shared, and it sounds like narcissism, it sounds like manipulation, the mental, verbal, or physical abuse. And then you have people that say, well, that's your mom, though, you still did the dot. And it's like they're invalidating everything you're saying because of the role that somebody has. So that means your trauma is okay. The abuse you're going through is okay, whether that be verbal, emotional, physical, financial, whatever it is okay because of the role that that person has in your life. Why is that? Why should we as daughters take the abuse from our mothers? For what? Why? And how can we fix this dynamic? Because we need therapy to start rolling here, something, because these are the same group of people that don't even believe in mental health. And these are the same group of people that are acting out through all these mental traits that need to be fixed, or else the dynamic between the black, African, or Caribbean mother and daughter will continuously be a relationship that will remain toxic. And it will go through the next generation and the next generation unless we do something about it. So let's talk about it. What is this? What is the agenda that these mothers have against their daughters that's causing all this toxicity? What do y'all have against us? I really want to know.
Why this subject is not spoke on a lot, about how black mothers basically criticize their black daughters all the time. Like, it be from ages of maybe 5 and up, and they just sit there and criticize their daughters. It's like, she's never pretty enough, she's never skinny. If she's skinny, you talk about her size. If she big, you talk about her size. If she wear her hair a certain way, you talk about her hair. If she date a certain person, you talk about that. And then half of them be miserable in their whole life. And it's like, if the daughter don't do something that they approve of, you talk down about them the entire time, until either the person that's around them say, well, I'm not finna deal with it, and they go about their business, or the daughter just cut the mother off. And then people be like, that's not true. I done talked to men, and they'll be like, my mama don't do me like that. I be like, pay attention to how she treats your sister. Oh, she don't treat my sister like that. Yes, she do. It's always, the mothers always overlook anything that a boy do, they son do. They overlook it. But when it come down to a girl, it's a whole different ball game. Like, that man can go out there and make 17 different churn by 17 different ladies. She gonna praise him. Now let that girl go get her 17 kids by 17 different men. She gonna call her all types of names. For why? I have never understood it. Like, why do black mothers be against their daughters so bad?
It does get deeper and it gets much worse because we we get it gets deeper and it gets much worse because a lot of mothers, unfortunately, they will choose a man over their daughters. So we move from them choosing their sons over their daughters to them choosing any dick, really, over their daughters. It is disgusting and disheartening. You see videos on TikTok, on social media, where the mom will tell the daughter, make sure you don't wear short shorts around the house. You're trying to take my man away from me. My man this, my man that, my man. And telling them they need to pay rent because now my man is in the house. There's more people in the house. So you need to pay bills. You need to start contributing because the man told her that her daughter needs to start contributing. It's so much. And you can tell that patriarchy, religion, sexism have had these women on a chokehold for such a long time. And they are blinded. I don't really know how we could possibly open their eyes. I mean, if they don't want the help, you can bring the water to the animal. You can't force the animal to drink, whatever the saying is. But in these situations, the only thing I can say is encourage you to choose yourself, to do the healing, do the work on yourself, cut that relationship out and focus on you. It's going to be lonely, it's going to be a rocky road. It might be a very rocky start, but you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the best version of yourself. What I like to say is you are waiting on you, right? When I think back to when I used to cry, oh my God, why does my mom talk to me like that? It was very like confusing because this person is working hard, paying the bills, giving you a place to stay, and food is on the table, but they talk to you so negatively. Like I don't remember ever like having a conversation with my mom where she doesn't say something negative about me. Like whether it's my weight, whether it's my hair, whether it's how I choose to do my nails, whatever it possibly is, whatever it is, but it's going to be something negative. And you need to work on yourself and make the only voice that you hear is yours. The only opinion that is left is yours. You need to work on yourself and cancel that negative voice out. It's extremely important. So when we talk about, you taking the time to work on yourself, that's what like that's what we mean. So when I think about back then when I used to cry, have my moments. I think now, the me now is the me that was waiting on that little girl to just finally get up and say, you know what, I want a change. I want better for myself. I want to heal. I don't want to be in this situation anymore. So basically, you are waiting on you. There is an ice cream truck. I am so sorry. Anyways, yeah, like you are waiting on you. So you need to start working now so your future self can be proud of you.
If you have experienced being let down by your mother, rejected, not being able to trust your mother, there's a good chance that you took it personally, that you believe that it was due to your own behavior, because that's what the child in us thinks, the underdeveloped ego, because it's a part of our survival. Oh, if I'm being treated this way, it must be because of something I'm doing. If I'm not getting the treatment I want, let me change my behavior because it has to be my fault. So when we grow up and we get into friendship, we become obsessed with people thinking that we are a good person and that we are all the things that our mother wasn't to us. We want to always be there and supportive. We want to be a listening ear. We want to be encouraging, accepting. We want to be patient. We want to overextend ourselves and be there. If they're in distress, we want to be there to help them. All of these things we really put in our friendship bucket. And there's nothing wrong with it in and of itself, except when there is no reciprocity. A healthy relationship requires reciprocity. Guess what? You didn't get when you were a child. You didn't get the reciprocity. It was a one-way street of you giving love, you giving encouragement, you accepting your mother how she is, even if it is fucked up, and you not being able to get that in return. You being patient with her making mistakes, but not having that extended back in your direction. So we grow up to be in these one-sided friendships. And what happens is, this is a theme. If you've been listening long enough, you already know this. The theme is how we reject and abandon ourselves through our choices, our activities, and the people that we spend time with, right? So what I want us to look at is how we can become a better friend to ourselves. Because a lot of us go through life and we've never had a good friend. We might have somebody who we think is a good friend, but we haven't had a good friend. And if someone did come around who could have been a good friend, we may not have recognized them because we are accustomed to not having our needs met. We are accustomed to being the one who is doing all of the giving. We're accustomed to changing who we are to accommodate someone else. We're accustomed to not being vulnerable and not showing who we really are. And we are absolutely experts at not speaking up when somebody does something that we don't think is okay. We give another chance. We let it slide. We pretend we don't notice what's happening. We give them the benefit of the doubt, which is bullshit because there's no benefit in doubt when it comes to people. Because all you're doing is, I'm going to give them the benefit of me doubting myself. But you're doubting yourself because you already have an original thought that something ain't right, something ain't kosher. So you doubt yourself to extend it to them.
Message for the daughters who feel like their mothers don't like them, for the women who feel like their mothers don't accept them, for the grown little girls who are still trying to get their mother's validation and approval. How your mother feels about you has nothing to do with you. And it has everything to do with her own unresolved pain and trauma that she's still carrying in her life and that she carried in her womb when she was also carrying you. A daughter is supposed to be the improved version of a mother. In a healthy mother-daughter relationship, every mother wants to see their daughter do well, do better than them, have more than they had, and achieve the things that she couldn't as a woman. But when a mother is still living in her own emotional trauma and has yet to resolve it for herself, she may feel jealous, she may feel envious, she may feel upset, and she may resent her own daughter for being the type of woman that she's not able to be. She may have even resented you as a girl for being too confident, for being too free, for being too self-assured, or simply for exhibiting any of the traits that she herself found it hard to express. And so here's what I want to offer you. That it's really not that your mother doesn't like you, but it's more that she doesn't like who she is. And seeing you, being with you, and having you reminded her of how much she really doesn't like herself. Your job now is to live the life that you choose, give yourself the permission to be who you are fully and wholly, and to only seek your own validation. If you need help with this, tap my name right here so that you can book a call with me at the link in my bio.
2025 started, and I want you to know that no one prepared us, for the type of relationship dynamic that we were going to have with our mothers, our parents in general. But since we are on the topic of toxic mothers, black mothers and their daughters, I will say mother. No one prepared you. So I want you to know you survived. Even if you are still in that house, I want you to know you are still here. You're still pushing. You're still figuring out your plan to get out of that relationship, out of that toxic situation. No one prepared you. You survived all those bad days. And that is enough. I don't care how low you feel right now. I don't care where your mental is right now, how bad it is. You are still here. You're still pushing. You're still choosing every single day to try to be here and to keep pushing and keep going. That is enough. I know they won't say it to us all the time or at all for some of us, right? They rather criticize, they won't tell us we're beautiful, they won't tell us we're good enough. Every compliment is backhanded, but I want you to know you are enough. I want you to know you are still here. You're still pushing. That is enough. Keep working on your plan. And if you have to go no contact, go no contact. I don't care. I went to a point where I couldn't pay for therapy anymore. So I became my own therapist. My self talk became so therapeutic for me. Sitting in front of the mirror, listening to music, and dedicating the songs to myself, talking to myself, journaling became a big form of therapy for me. I want you to know you have to reparent yourself. Brace yourself for that part because it's not easy and it's going to be very freaking hard. But you have to do it. You have to reparent yourself. And I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and realize you fucking did that. You did that for you. You started this process of healing for you. You started this process of reparenting for you. Keep going. Don't give up. I cried so much the other day, only because I listened to this motivational um, speech. It was maybe like 10 seconds, and I just started bawling out. And of course, I have to do a little therapy for myself and start asking myself, what's wrong with you, girl? What's going on? And, through the tears, I was talking to myself and saying, I'm just, I'm just proud of us. I'm just so proud because, yeah, nobody prepared us for this. We survived 100%, 100% of our bad days, and we're still here. We're still pushing. And I recall all the bad moments, where I used to believe, oh my God, like I am a mistake, oh my God, I am selfish, all the negative self-talk. You hold on to all of it. It's funny how sometimes we can hold on more to the bad than the good, because I'm sure you might have experienced some good moments with your mom. I've experienced some great moments with my mom, but the bads, for some reason, it just takes a toll on you. You hold on to it, right? It messes with your psyche and your self-talk. It's important. So moving out, even though it's not an apartment, even though it's not a great situation, but I'm living alone and I love it and I'm happy here until I'm working to move out. But being here and just working on me have been just so amazing for my mental. People keep telling me that I'm strong all the time, and I'm just like, what do you mean by that? Because I live alone, so me being alone all the time, it's like I don't really talk to people a lot. So whenever I get the opportunity to talk to people, I take it, and I'm always asking so many questions and stuff. So when they tell me that, and I'm just like, what do you mean by that? I'm always asking more, like, what do you mean by that? Identify that for me. Oh, really? When people compliment me, it's still very surprising to me. Like, oh, you do think that about me? Oh, thank you. But I want you to get into the habit of saying thank you firmly and confidently. Believe that shit. Take the compliments. Okay, when people tell me I'm beautiful, I take that compliment and I say thank you. Don't say thank you, oh, and bring out an insecurity about yourself. No, just say thank you and that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Maybe we can definitely do a part two, but I just wanted to touch up on these points and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. Like, comment, share this video with anyone you want to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.